practicing on girls that you're not attracted to is not making you more confident. It's actually making you numb because you think you're doing reps, but what you're actually doing is you're avoiding truth. I used to approach girls all the time, especially the girls that I was not really attracted to, because it was practice, right? It was, okay, I'm not really into her, but I'm gonna become better. I'm gonna learn how to approach. And yes, then eventually one day I will have the girls in my life that I really want. But that was never the case. I approached girls and I was always performing. I was always telling myself, oh yeah, if I do this, I'm good enough. But it never helped. And the crucial point here is that every approach that I did was actually a reminder that I was not good enough. And the guilt, it was never getting better. It just kept becoming worse. So let me tell you, a few weeks ago, I'm in Barcelona, and I see this girl first on the beach, and man, I think to myself, she's so cute, I'm gonna cry. And then I was just walking by, but because there was a lot of people, I didn't want to approach her because it was like embarrassing, like what are people gonna think? But then I realized, you know what, I just told myself that this girl was so cute I could cry. And that means that I'm really attracted. So I caught the idea, I turned around and I went up and I spoke with her. And it was such a great interaction. I was so happy, so satisfied, and so proud. Did get her number, and I kept on walking. Then I go into the store to buy something, and I see another girl, and I think, she's all right. Not really my type, but it's good to get the reps in. So I approach her, and it goes horrible. She's like, I'm not in the mood to talk, thank you, but I'm not interested. And I walk away, and I had this ugly feeling inside of me that I kind of creeped her out or triggered her in a way, and she didn't like it. Well, let's continue the story. I go into a plant store to buy myself something for my plants back at home, and when I go out, I see another girl, and this girl, I'm thinking to myself, she's so pretty. She walks by, and I think, wait, I really like her. So I run back, and I go up to her, and quick interaction, but she was so pretty, I was so happy, she liked it, exchanged numbers, and I felt, again, so happy, so satisfied, so proud. So the whole thing just goes to show that when I approach girls that I actually want, I feel so much different than the girls who I just practiced with. And this is the crucial point, because I was not performing, I was not waiting, I was not trying to be good enough to one day have this girl in my life. No, I went for it straight away. I was expressing myself. So we got to learn the difference between when you are performing and when you're actually just expressing yourself authentically. When you're performing, you're trying to become enough through action. So you're like, if I do this, then I'm going to be good enough. But usually what it feels like tension, it feels like pressure. It's like, oh, am I doing it right? Because you're trying to be perfect. You're trying to make it something that you are not. And that's the difference between that and the authentic expression. Because when you're expressing yourself authentically, you are enough. You're like, oh, this is really what I want. And yes, there might be fear, but this is what I want. And you go for that. That feels much more grounded. It feels real. It even feels a little bit vulnerable because you're exposing yourself, knowing the difference, and then taking action from either authentic expression over the performative one is so huge for your nervous system, like for yourself, because every approach you take from a place of performance, it's telling your nervous system that, well, I'm not really excited, and it takes a lot of effort to have a girl or to feel attraction or to get love. And that's because you're just pushing, you're forcing yourself. But the other one, the authentic expression, it doesn't feel like force. It's more like allowing yourself. It's more like, okay, I feel this pull, I want to go there. Okay, there's fear, but it's more about allowing, taking a step of the way. So there's this natural pull, this natural attraction. So there's not so much pushing. And then you stop self-attacking. You start to lead yourself instead. So I want to invite you to set a new standard for yourself. Because what happens if you stopped doing approaches just to get better? And what if you instead started to only approach when you feel a real desire? Because what you need, man, it's not more reps. It is more honesty. And proof in action is that I have a student who only did about 20 approaches, 20, 30 approaches, from never having talked with a girl to actually finding his, at that time, girlfriend. While you have many other guys who are approaching, me and myself included, hundreds, thousands of girls without the same results. So this is not about doing more, it's about being more you. And every time that you are choosing to approach from a place of desire, of something you really want, you're reprogramming, you're telling yourself, I'm worthy. And you're becoming the man who chooses, not the man who chases. And there's such a big difference because now you're growing. You're not improving just to improve, now you're growing. You're growing into the man you actually are. And if you feel inspired by this and you want to also continue to grow into the man you really are, then subscribe to my channel. I post a few videos. I try to post 3 videos a week. And I look forward to see you in the next one. Thank you. Ciao.